So there's something that you need to do if you plan on being successful in 2026. It's a very simple change that you can make that can cause your results in your finances to increase and in your business to increase. It's very simple. And that thing that you need to change is to stop doubting yourself. See, doubt is poverty's best friend. I heard one guy say, he said that doubt is the privilege of the poor. Let me break it down to you. You don't stay broke because you're not gifted. You stay broke because you don't execute consistently. And you don't execute consistently because you're doubting yourself consistently. See, what doubt makes you do is it makes you hesitate on making moves for yourself. It makes you hesitate on starting businesses. It makes you hesitate on investing in skill sets. And while you're sitting here hesitating, having like an analysis paralysis, if you will, somebody who's less talented and less skilled is making progress ahead of you. Does that make sense? I've seen it over and over. The people winning are not always the people who are the smartest. It's the people who believe consistently and act consistently based on their belief. You understand? When somebody is full of doubt, they're constantly second guessing themselves. So even the products and the things that they do, the quality is not the best because they don't have the confidence that's needed or necessary to get the job done. Think of it like this. Have you ever seen somebody who's like, let's say you see this guy, right? And he's with a girl who's completely out of his league and you're like, how did that happen? A lot of times it's just his confidence. Sometimes people know how to articulate themselves because they're so confident. Even if they're ugly, they have no reason to be confident. But because of their confidence, it causes them to articulate themselves in such a way that even somebody who we would consider out of their league, they end up together. You know, and it's the same thing with your success in life. If you are confident, you can get more done than somebody who is more talented than you, who has more opportunities than you, but they're just not as confident as you are. You understand? And not even just speaking of just confidence, but just having faith in your dream, having faith in your vision, having faith in the abilities that God has already given you, and investing in those abilities to upskill yourself and upgrade yourself to where you'll be capable to fulfill the vision that you have for yourself, that you have for your life, that you have for your 2026. But if you're constantly stuck on the point of doubting yourself, you're never going to do anything. You're never going to move forward. Okay? So you have to work on your mindset in the area of doubt. Doubt is a killer. Doubt is a poison. Doubt is a leech. Okay? And you have to get doubt out of your life. And you have to move into the area of faith and belief that your vision can happen. It can happen. It's real. You know, it's something that can actually come to pass. You know, once you've done all the work of, you know, evaluate, and I'm talking in a business mindset, right? I'm talking in a breaking out of poverty mindset. Once you've done market research, you've done all the brainstorming, you've done all the background stuff that you need to do. Now the only thing left to do is to execute. But if you're constantly doubting your abilities, you will never execute. You have to get to a point to where you stop doubting your abilities. You stop doubting your potential. You stop doubting your gifts. I'm going to give you a few helpful steps just to help you take practical measures to eliminate doubt from your life. The first measure you need to do, or the first step you need to take, is to detach yourself from emotions and feelings in certain areas of your pursuit of wealth. What you have to understand about emotions and feelings is that they're inconsistent. And you can't build lasting wealth. You can't build a lasting life. You can't fulfill your vision when your emotions you're just basing your actions off of your emotions. You have to be somebody who's consistent, and you can detach yourself from your emotions. No matter what, you can stick with the vision. You understand? No matter what, you're gonna continue to follow through and fulfill the mission, regardless of how you feel, because the mission is still the mission. The vision is still the vision. The goal is still the goal. It's like the bills still have to be paid, right? And things still have to get done in life. So you can't say, well, I don't feel like making money today. I don't feel like bettering myself today because I'm just in that mood. You can't do that. That's not how life works, right? So you have to be in a place where you can detach yourself from those feelings and still do what you need to do regardless of how you feel. Step 2 is to take small actions daily and then stack the proof of the small wins. Small wins build confidence. When you take advantage of documenting and remembering small wins, it builds your momentum and builds your confidence. So let's say you're trying to start something and you have to make sales calls, or you have to do cold DMs, things of that nature. You will shoot those messages, those emails, or go do cold DMs or whatever. And when you get tiny wins, you're gonna write it down. Today, I got a reply on one of my DMs, and I booked a meeting. I booked a sales call, right? Or I sent out some proposals, and I got a response from a brand. Things of that nature. When you document these small wins and you're taking these small actions, these build up to big wins. These build up to big successes, but it also builds up your confidence and eliminates doubt from your life. And the last step is to stop allowing yourself to hesitate. Allow yourself to move in confidence without even thinking about it too much. It's kind of like jumping in a pool of cold water. If you ease in, you're gonna be down. You're like, no, it's too cold. I can't do it. But if you just plunge in before you have a chance to doubt yourself, you're already in there before you know it. You understand? So you have to be willing to just take action and fail forward. Be willing to make the mistakes and learn from those mistakes rather than having such a fear of failure that you just don't move at all, having such a doubt in your ability that you just don't do anything at all. Make the action, take the step, and then learn falling forward. Make mistakes quick, but you also learn quick. You understand? So that in the long run, you can get through all the kinks and everything. Even with me making content, I'm learning different angles I could use. I'm learning how I could work on the sound of the mic. I'm learning how I can get my lighting better. But we're falling forward rather than saying, well, I don't have the equipment I need. I don't have the microphone that I need. I don't have the lighting that I need. So I'm just not going to do anything at all. That doesn't benefit you. By negotiating with your vision, by negotiating with what needs to be done and the steps that need to be made, you're not benefiting anybody. You understand? You're only benefiting your competition because your competition is moving forward. Other people who, like I said before, may not have as much ability as you or as much opportunity as you, they're moving forward. They're doing it because they have no other choice. So you need to move forward quickly, act quickly, and fall forward as it will. All right, that's step 3. I hope that this helped you. Hope that this blessed you. Forward it to somebody else. Don't forget to like and subscribe. God bless you. See you next time.